We're about to reveal Consumer Reports' most shocking data about these so-called luxury sedans. And some of these findings will leave you speechless. These aren't just disappointing cars. They're complete money pits that could drain your bank account before hitting 50,000 miles. And the last car on this list is so unreliable, it's practically guaranteed to leave you stranded. 10. Acura RLX. Let me show you why this seemingly perfect luxury sedan is actually a ticking time bomb for your wallet. Sure, it looks impressive with its sleek 0.27 drag coefficient and fancy 3.5-liter V6 pumping out 310 horsepower. But wait until you hear the horror stories from actual owners. The driving experience? It's so disconnected, you might as well be playing a video game, and not a good one. Think that 5.8-second 0 to 60 time sounds impressive? Well, here's what they don't tell you at the dealership. This car's reliability rating is so abysmal, you'll spend more time at the mechanic than enjoying that acceleration. While dealers were asking a mind-boggling $55,000 for this beauty, its value dropped faster than a rock in water. We're talking about depreciation so severe, it'll make your head spin. Only 12,000 people fell for this trap annually at its peak. And believe me, they learned their lesson the hard way. By the way, if you think this is bad, wait until you see number 4 on this list and hit that like button if you've ever been fooled by a car that looked perfect on paper. 9. Volvo S90. Think Swedish engineering means reliability? Think again. The Volvo S90 might be the biggest automotive disappointment since the Edsel. Sure, designer Thomas Ingenlath created a stunning piece of Scandinavian art, complete with premium aluminum construction and that impressive 0.27 drag coefficient. But let me tell you why this beauty is actually a beast that'll devour your savings. The T6 variant looks amazing on paper. A 2.0-liter turbocharged engine cranking out 316 horsepower, sprinting from 0 to 60 in just 5.7 seconds. Sounds like a dream, right? Well, here's your wake-up call. The infotainment system fails so often, you might as well carry a radio in your pocket. And those engine components? They're about as reliable as a chocolate teapot. But it gets worse. Despite Volvo pumping out 50,000 units annually, these cars depreciate so fast, you can almost watch the value drop in real time. Starting at $50,000, these Swedish heartbreakers now sell for pennies on the dollar. And trust me, there's a reason for that fire sale pricing. Just ask any mechanic about the S90's repair history. 8. Cadillac XTS. Speaking of nightmare sedans, let me introduce you to one of the most disappointing American luxury sedans ever made. The Cadillac XTS is proof that not all that glitters is gold. In fact, sometimes it's just chrome-plated regret. They stuffed a 3.6-liter V6 under the hood, promising 304 horsepower of American muscle. But here's the shocking truth. It takes a whole 6.7 seconds to hit 60 miles per hour. That's slower than some economy cars. And the fuel economy? A pathetic 18 miles per gallon in the city. You'd get better mileage riding a horse. Inside, it's like stepping into a time machine, and not in a good way. Sure, you get leather seats, but the tech is so outdated, it makes a flip phone look cutting edge. Originally priced at $45,000, these cars now sell for less than a used Corolla. If that's not a red flag, I don't know what is. 7. Infiniti Q70. Just when you thought it couldn't get worse than the XTS, enter the Infiniti Q70. A car that proves even Japanese luxury can go horribly wrong. Designed by Shiro Nakamura, this sedan isn't just stuck in the past. It's practically fossilized. You get 2 engine options, and trust me, neither one's a winner. There's a 3.7-liter V6 with 330 horsepower, or if you really hate money, a gas-guzzling 5.6-liter V8 pushing 420 horses. Sure, the V8 hits 60 miles per hour in 5.3 seconds, but that's if you can get the ancient 7-speed transmission to cooperate. Want to hear something truly shocking? They only sell about 10,000 of these annually. And that's not because they're exclusive, it's because word got out. Starting at $50,000, these depreciation champions now sell for less than some people spend on their coffee habit. 6. Lincoln MKZ. You won't believe what Ford did with this so-called luxury sedan. The Lincoln MKZ is what happens when you try to make a Ford Fusion fancy and fail spectacularly. Designed by Ford's J. Mays team, yes, the same people who thought the Ford 500 was a good idea, this wannabe luxury car offers two engine choices: a yawn-inducing 3.7-liter V6 with 300 horsepower, or a 2.0-liter turbo that's about as exciting as watching paint dry. Sure, it hits 60 miles per hour in 6.5 seconds, but the handling is so soft it feels like you're driving a waterbed. And here's the real shocker. They actually charge $35,000 for this glorified Ford. And guess what? The resale value dropped faster than the reliability scores. By the way, if you're thinking about buying one used, don't, unless you enjoy visiting your mechanic more than your family. 5. Jaguar XF. Now this next one is the automotive equivalent of setting your money on fire. The Jaguar XF, designed by Ian Callum, proves that good looks can be deceiving. On paper, it sounds like a dream. Aluminum construction, sleek 0.26 drag coefficient, and a supercharged V6 pumping out 380 horsepower. It even hits 60 miles per hour in 5.2 seconds. But here's what they don't tell you at the dealership. This car spends so much time in the shop, the mechanics start sending it Christmas cards. The electrical system, more temperamental than a toddler missing nap time. The infotainment system, it crashes more often than a demolition derby car. And with only 35,000 units sold annually, even Jaguar seems embarrassed by it. Originally priced at $51,000, these cats now sell for pocket change, and there's a terrifying reason why. 4. Maserati Ghibli. Remember when we said some of these would shock you? Well, buckle up, because this Italian luxury sedan is about to make your jaw drop. The Maserati Ghibli is like dating a supermodel who's also a professional pickpocket. Stunning to look at, but absolutely devastating to your bank account. Lorenzo Ramaciotti designed this beauty with a twin-turbo V6, pushing 345 horsepower, capable of hitting 60 miles per hour in 5.5 seconds. Sounds amazing, right? Well, here's the devastating truth. These cars are as unreliable as they come. The Ghibli's build quality is so atrocious, it'll make your mechanic rich. We're talking constant electrical failures that'll leave you stranded, transmission problems that'll drain your savings, and interior materials that start falling apart faster than your resale value. Only 6,000 people were brave or foolish enough to buy one of these annually, and starting at $75,000, these Italian heartbreakers now sell for less than a well-optioned Honda Accord. But at least they sound good while they're being towed to the dealer, right? Despite being a mechanical nightmare, the Ghibli has a cult following. Why? That exhaust note is pure Italian opera. Too bad it's usually performing its swan song. 3. Lexus ES. The Lexus ES is proof that even Toyota can miss the mark. And if you think the previous cars were disappointing, wait until you hear about this rolling snooze fest that costs as much as a small house. Designed by Yasushi Nakayama, the ES is what happens when you try to make excitement-free driving into a luxury experience. Under the hood, you'll find either a 3.5-liter V6 or a hybrid system that makes a Prius look thrilling. Sure, the V6 pushes out 302 horsepower, but it takes a yawn-inducing 6.6 seconds to hit 60 miles per hour. That's slower than some minivans. Here's the mind-blowing part. Lexus actually sells 60,000 of these glorified Camrys annually. Starting at $40,000, it's like paying first-class prices for an economy experience. But here's a shocking fact. The ES is actually one of the safest cars on the road. Why? Because of its widely recognized safety features, including being named Safest Large Family Car and Safest Electric Hybrid Car by Euro NCAP. 2. Buick LaCrosse. Before we get to our #1 disaster, let me introduce you to the Buick LaCrosse, a car so bland it makes vanilla ice cream look exotic. And what I'm about to reveal will make you question everything you thought you knew about American luxury. This sedan tries so hard to be premium, it's almost painful to watch. It's like seeing your uncle try to be hip at a wedding. Under the hood lurks a 3.6-liter V6 with 310 horsepower, paired with a 9-speed transmission that seems to have commitment issues. 0 to 60, a leisurely 6.5 seconds. Perfect for those who think acceleration is overrated. Want to hear something truly devastating? The fuel economy is a mediocre 20 miles per gallon city and 29 highway. That's right. You're getting economy car fuel efficiency at luxury car prices. Originally asking $38,000 for this snooze mobile, Buick watched these cars depreciate faster than a tech startup. But our number one pick is about to make the LaCrosse look like a bargain. 1. Chrysler 300C. Finally, we've reached it. The crown jewel of automotive disappointments. The Chrysler 300C is what happens when you try to make a luxury car with leftover parts from the 90s. Designer Ralph Gilles tried his best, but even Picasso couldn't make this canvas work. Beneath that wannabe Bentley exterior sits a 5.7-liter Hemi Fi 8 engine. Because nothing says luxury like a gas-guzzling monster that gets a shocking 16 miles per gallon in the city. Sure, it cranks out 363 horsepower and hits 60 miles per hour in under 6 seconds. But at what cost? Your kid's college fund will go straight to the gas station. The interior? It's as spacious as your living room, but about as luxurious as a motel from the 80s. Originally priced at $40,000, these depreciation champions now sell for less than some people spend on their phone. And here's the ultimate insult. In a world of Tesla-style tech and Mercedes-level luxury, the 300C feels like a time capsule from when flip phones were cool. And there you have it, the 10 luxury sedans that could destroy your bank account. Can you believe these cars are still being sold? If you've owned any of these money pits, drop a comment below and share your horror story. Don't forget to smash that like button and hit subscribe to save yourself from more automotive disasters. We'll catch you next time.